Hey guys, welcome to the first video on the scanner class in Java using NetBeans. As you can see, I've already opened up NetBeans and I'm going to be starting with this scanner class. I'm going to be copying code that I've already created into my NetBeans project, and I'm going to be annotating the entire project so that I'm hoping it makes a whole lot more sense for you guys. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy some code that I've created in Notepad, and I'm going to paste that code here. A few important things about this. All I'm doing is declaring an ordinary string type. That's my string. It is called line, and I've declared the variable called line, and I'm working with that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually copy a scanner class or a scanner line of text. Now the scanner class has scanner SE file equals new scanner line. The purpose of new is to instantiate an object. The object is called SE file. Now, in terms of looking at the code itself, I'm going to actually annotate this here by helping you understand how this thing is unfolding. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw a rectangle over a scanner so that you can actually have a better understanding of what this thing really is. So in terms of scanner, I'm going to actually do the following. Oh man. Scanner is called a class name. How do you know that this is the class name? Of course, you're right. It starts with a capital letter, so there's a class called scanner that has been created. And I'm just going to put some arrows there to make sure that everyone knows what I'm talking about. So that is my class called scanner. Now, in terms of SE file, what is SE file really? SE file is the internal file name. Okay, so if I'm looking at the internal file name called SE file, there are a few really important things about this internal file name. And the important things are, number one, the internal file name is the file name that is going to be used throughout the entire program. So I will only be using SE file throughout the entire program. The next important thing is that SE file now takes on whatever is stored in this variable called line. So in memory, WhatsApp 1045.6 true is now in SE file, the object. Let me see if I can get that in terms of annotation where it makes a little more sense. So that's your internal file name. Now, the internal file name also, as I said before, it also allows you to do what? Allows you to store the contents of the variable or the object called line. So what we are really saying is that line, which is WhatsApp 1045.6 true, is now available in the object called SE file. You would notice also that the variable called line, in this particular case, the variable called line is appearing in brackets. Okay, that means that whatever is in brackets will eventually get stored in SE file object. So line at this point in time, I'm hoping you can see very clearly Line at this point in time is the what? Yes, you're right. It is the string. Is the string variable that has been created. Let's go and sort that line out. And as you can see, I'm trying to point to the right one. Okay, so that is what we have created thus far. Now, as I was saying, the scanner is really, really important. You would notice that Java's freaking out with the scanner because it's underlined. It's underlined, it implies it is a syntax error, which further means that I need to sort the syntax error out. So all I do is I just click on the bubble and I import the util scanner. So what's really happened is that I have now imported the scanner. You would notice that all my annotations got botched up, but hopefully I recovered from that there. So in terms of a recap, scanner is a class. SE file is an object. New scanner means I'm instantiating a new object. I'm using line as the string that is now temporarily stored in memory location called SE file. Forgive the spelling of allows. Of course, I spell pathetically. I teach IT, not mathematics. The next thing I want to do is I want to attempt to extract information from whatever is now stored in SE file. I'm going to actually add some code here. And I'm going to put that code in. So I'm going to try and access data from the string. Okay? String greeting, I create a new variable called greeting. The way in which I extract data is by using the internal file name. And I can actually extract the data by using dot notation, which you are familiar with, and a method called next. What does next do? How does next work? Next is really, really important because it allows you to retrieve a string. So I'm going to attempt, or I'm going to show you how I go about retrieving the string. So I'm going to actually highlight the next method. And I'm going to give you a bit of an explanation of what it really does. So in terms of the next method, oops, why is this not working? Here we go. What does the next method do? It allows you to retrieve a data item that is a string from the contents of SE file. What it also does is, oh my word, the spelling is terrible. What it also does is, after it's retrieved the first item, data item, which in this case has to be a string because of the word next, you will see further ahead that I retrieve different data items in a different way. After it retrieves the data item that is stored in SE file, it deletes that data item up to and including the space. So what's up exclamation mark space gets stored in memory location called greeting and is removed from SE file. So SE file after this particular line, SE file after this particular line has in it just 10, 45.6 and the word true. Let me say that again. SE file has just 10, 45.6 and true after the line string greeting equals scfile.next has been executed. Important to remember that the string that is stored in scfile becomes shorter and shorter as you retrieve data items. So what is going to be happening now? We're going to try and bring back more data items. So the next data item or the next few are going to be brought back. I will explain how this eventually is unfolding. Okay, first things first, I want to bring back the integer called 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use next.int. Okay, so next.int is going to help me bring back the next integer. So if I have my data items stored in a particular order, I need to know the data type of them so that I can actually retrieve them. You notice that all of these here are methods and they work with dot notation. So this here retrieves the next data item from scfile, which is an integer. Okay, hopefully we can just change that to match the correct color, and there we go. So in terms of how this thing is unfolding, it's not that bad. Personally, I think it's quite nice and easy. I do understand that the textbook does not do a magnificent job of explaining the entire thing, but not to worry, you got me, so I can make a plan and explain the entire thing to you. Okay, so are we happy with next int? Now, I presume that you would understand logically what next double does. However, it's underlined because you cannot store a double in an integer. Does that make sense? So I'm making the necessary modification. Are you happy with that? So next double will actually retrieve 45.6 because after the line next int num equals scfile.next int is executed, the 10 together with the space is removed from scfile. So at this point in time, after the line int num equals scfile.next int is executed, scfile now has stored in it 45.6 space true. When the line double avg equals scfile.next double is executed, 45.6 space is removed from the SC file. Of course, this data type should be, yes, you guessed it correctly, Boolean is ans equals scfile.next Boolean will eventually remove the word true. Now, I am going to attempt to put the data items onto the screen using a system.out.println. Obviously, I will print out greetings, num, average, and ANS. So here's my south statement that really does the output very, very quickly. And as you can see, greetings, this portion here inserts a tab between the answers. /n will insert a line between the answers. And guys, this is basically how one goes about actually playing with an ordinary text file. It's kind of simple, it's kind of easy. I hope it's made some sense for you.